What's up, guys? Welcome to Voicey here. This is your curly-headed host, Captain Zach, and today's subreddit is r/IDontWorkHereLady, as well as a couple bonus stories from r/Today I Fudged Up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode. This story's called, I Don't Work for That Company, Lady. I posted before about the building I work in, but if you, like me, don't want to find the posts, here is a brief rundown. I work in a large building with many different organizations in it. My company takes up 2 floors on levels 8 and 9, but our reception desk is on the ground floor in a big open lobby. I usually do reception 2 days a week, but this week I'm on it full time because our usual receptionist is taking a much-deserved break. The building itself is owned by a private health insurer, and they take up 7 floors, and their reception area is also on the ground floor, just behind me through some glass doors. They have a giant neon sign above their doors with their company name on it, but for some reason, people never seem to see it and always ask me where the company is. Today they had some conference or something on, so I had a fair few people asking me where the terrace entrance was. I had never heard of it being referred to as a terrace entrance before, but I pointed out the doors and sign behind me and told them that I think it was through there. The operative word here being thank, because I don't work for them and I have nothing to do with their company. The conference is now apparently over, and one of the women who asked me where the terrace entrance was just approached my desk. I have decided to name her Karen for obvious reasons. Excuse me? Looking up for my work. Yes, how can I help you? She points at the doors and sign behind me. You told me that's where the terrace entrance was. Yes. Well, it's not. It's down those stairs outside and through a different door. Okay. You should know better. I'm sorry about that, but I don't actually work for private health insurer, so I had no idea what entrance they were referring to. I helped as best as I could. Well, it's not really good enough. I'm sorry? What would you like me to do? I would like you to learn your job better. It is not my job to give directions to people for another company. I don't actually have to help you at all. I could have easily said, sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. Go ask the main reception area. But I didn't. I helped you as best as I could with what little information I had. Excuse me, but it is your job to help people. Yes. People who are here to deal with my company, not private health insurers. I have no obligation to help anyone else. Karen continues to argue with me in this manner for another few minutes, and eventually I get sick of her and drop the professional tone. Listen, lady, I have absolutely no idea what you want me to do. I don't work for private health insurer. I have never worked for them. There are at least 8 companies in this building, and I don't know where they all are. I only moved to this city a year ago, and so I'm not super familiar with the area in general. I'm stuck at this desk all day and don't really have the leisure to explore this giant building. I helped you as best as I could. It's not my fault you're too darn stupid to find your own way around here. I want to speak to your manager. Why? She doesn't work for private health insurer either. And frankly, she's far less patient with stupid people than I am. She will agree with me that I have no obligation to help you. In fact, I have no obligation to contact her because you're not a customer of ours, so I won't. Karen stares at me for a few seconds. I won't leave until I get your manager. Cool. Have fun waiting forever. I leave at 5 p.m. You gonna stick around after I'm gone? Wait for me to come back tomorrow? It was around 11 a.m. at the time. She stuck around for another 10 minutes or so and kept trying to berate me, but I put my headphones in, which I'm not really supposed to do as it looks unprofessional, but I didn't have anything playing through them, and I wanted to make a point. And I pretended like she was invisible. Eventually, she storms off muttering about getting me fired. Yeah, good luck with that, lady. Okay, so I worked as somewhat of a receptionist at my family's hotel when I worked there, and I can tell you it was absolutely horrible. Because, first of all, I hate dealing with phone calls from people I don't know. It's honestly the worst, and there's phone calls every day, every hour. While not as many phone calls as, other places would get, but it was a lot more than I was okay with. And, there's the jerks that you have to deal with, all the entitled people, and just so many mean people, man. I swear that job made me like a full-on misanthrope for a little bit. And this lady, I 100% understand where she's coming from. Don't be jerks to receptionists, okay? They have to deal with a lot of people and a lot of crap. Actually, just don't be jerks in general. This story's called "Woman Mistakes Me for a Worker and Decides to Yell at Me for Not Knowing Where Vegan Section Is." I go grocery shopping late at night, 1 to 2 a.m., because I attend college during the day and there are fewer people shopping at night. I decided to go to ShopRite because it is open 24 hours. I go in, grab a cart, and quickly go to the water section to grab about 8 to 10 gallons of water because I drink a lot of water a week and I have 3 cats. After that, I go to the deli section to look at meats to make sandwiches. I grab some roasted turkey and some provolone. I see hummus in the fridge section near the deli meats and check the selection out. Along with some smoked salmon, I grab some assorted bread and a pack of cookies. Then, the thought hit me. I still have Amazon Prime, so I have access to Prime Pantry. I can just get the water delivered, and the water costs only 80 cents per gallon through Prime Pantry anyways. I go back to the water section and start putting the gallons of water back. I understand how she could have mistook me for an employee, but then again, I have my purse and other groceries in the cart. As I'm putting the last of the waters away, I hear this lady tell me to hurry up. I'm thinking I must be in her way, so I quickly put the gallon down and stand up, and I turn to see her just glaring at me. These may not be the exact words that were said, but are along the lines of what was said. This happened a few days ago. Lady, who looks to be about in her late 30s to early 40s, "About time, I need you to bring me to where the vegan section is." "Oh, I don't know where that is. I'm sorry." "Are you serious? How do you not know?" "I'm not familiar with the setting of the store. Also, I don't..." "But you work here. I don't care if you're new. Help me find it now. I don't have time to dilly-dally." "I don't work here, but I'm sure if you go down a few aisles..." "No, stop making excuses. I'm not going to ask some other worker when you're done restocking the water." I'm getting annoyed and walking towards my cart. "You're irritating me. I already told you that I don't work here. Please F off and go find someone that does work here to help you." The lady starts yelling. "You Asians are so lazy. I saw you restocking the water. Now you have the audacity to lie to me? Just help me find the vegan section before I tell your supervisor." I'm too tired for this BS, so I just ignore her and grab my cart to walk towards checkout. She then begins to yell some more about how rude I am and that this is why stores shouldn't employ lazy teenagers. I'm not a teenager though, I'm in my late 20s. I'm at the checkout when I hear the woman's voice screaming, "That's her! I don't care if she's a kid, I want her fired immediately!" I look back to see her standing to who I assume to be a manager or something. The cashier who's at checkout asks for my card, so I hand her my ShopRite card. I believe this is when it all hit her and the lady just apologized to the manager and mumbled some stuff. Then she sped off in the opposite direction. To be honest, I was too busy with my own transaction to listen to what she said, but yeah, that was so weird. The cashier asked me what happened and I'm like, "I don't know," and I shrug. I paid for my stuff and went home. Okay, a very obvious trend I've noticed is, why do the Karens and, entitled whoever, why do they never believe when the person says that they don't work there? Okay, why would an actual employee lie? I know the whole basis of this is that, these people act irrationally, they think irrationally, they're just irrational people, but, come on. Why would you lie? That just, okay, moving on. This story's called, "Unsurprisingly, the couple shopping together in plain clothes aren't employees and can't answer your questions." In the jewelry section of a big box store, I was shopping with my wife, trying to figure out what type of jewelry cleaner she needed. We were laughing and talking in our own little world while I read the back of each of the cleaners. They have a jewelry counter in front of us, but we are not in the counter enclosure where employees stand and we aren't even facing the counter. This woman is standing in front of the counter and says something to the employee as my wife walks off to look at something. Having not gotten any type of response from the employee, she angrily says, "Excuse me." I heard nothing in response again, but it's not my business and I'm busy trying to figure out how not to ruin a ring. Then she says, "Hey!" Still no response from the employee. Curiosity got the better of me, so I turned around to see why the employee was ignoring her. Just as I'm turning, I realize there is no employee. She's been talking to me the whole time and now she's coming towards me angrily yelling, "Hey!" I respond with a very confused and annoyed, "What?" as my wife rounds the corner to see what all the yelling is about. She immediately realizes I do not work there and says, "Oh," while her daughter starts cracking up at her and they walk away. Okay, this is a good story because it at least slightly restores my faith in humanity because, at least she realized her mistake and went on with her life. Unlike so many other people. This story is called Today I Fudged Up by Escaping an Escape Room. A friend of a friend has apparently been into escape rooms for a while now and finally decided to create his own as a Halloween party experience for his friends. Since I don't know him and wouldn't realistically be coming to the party, I agreed to take part in a test along with 3 other random folks that had been gathered for the dry run. It ended up being a group of 4 people who totally didn't know each other at all, as opposed to any sort of cohesive group of friends or employees. Our host told us a ton of rules and guidelines. Don't break anything. No answers are hidden on or hidden in something you have to ruin in order to see it, and so on. He was going to stand inside the room with us, but was to be ignored as if he wasn't there. This was in case we needed any direction or if we started doing something against the rules. He wore a black mask and black clothing. Immediately at the start of the game, everyone got quiet and started looking around slowly. As I mentioned, no one knew each other, and it was really awkward. I didn't want to be the guy who's super excited to lead the group, and I guess they didn't either. The escape room was history-themed. Computer-printed photos of historical figures and explorers on the walls, a cheap dollar store-style globe on an end table, and so on. Lots of books stacked around. The first thing I did was look at a combination lock on the door, which had 4 numbered rollers. I put in the first relevant number I thought of, 1492, the date Christopher Columbus landed in the Americas. Lock opens. Things got 1,000 times more awkward. I apologized and explained the situation to the host, who told me to sit down for the duration, relock the door, and ask the remaining guests to figure out where the combination was hidden. The host was incredibly angry, but only in so much as I could hear it in his voice and see it in how he moved, mainly closing and relocking the door hard. He didn't call me out for doing an obviously brain-dead thing and didn't say anything rude. Soon after, I decided it'd be better if I just left, apologizing again. What? Are you serious? Okay, I can understand being kind of annoyed or upset, that someone got out of your escape room really quickly, but is it their fault? All he did was think of a relevant number and it worked. It's kind of your fault for choosing such an obvious combination. So I see this as no fault to the Redditor here. But you know what? Good on you for solving the escape room. Alright, this story's called Today I Fudged Up by trying to be smooth while asking for someone's number, and instead embarrassing myself, followed by spilling a frappe all over myself. Not sure if this is technically a tiff, but it certainly felt like one at the time. So this literally just happened about 5 hours ago. But I can't sleep, so here goes. I go to a small liberal arts college where everyone seems to know everyone, and I apparently forgot that. Recently, I've been giving advice to a few friends about guys they're interested in. I'm in the grade above them, so really I just hate seeing them make the same mistakes I did. Anyways, I made the mistake, not so mistake, of letting slip I thought one of their friends was pretty cute. Now, this friend is extremely brilliant from what I've seen, but is a bit socially clumsy. And also, being of that stock, I found it quite endearing. However, I went to an all-guys school in high school, and usually when we would talk about a girl, it would be a one-and-done conversation. Instead, the response from my friend was, "Oh my god, that's perfect, we're setting you up." This happened about a week ago. Fast forward to a Sunday night where I get a text saying, "OMG, OP, we have to talk." I replied, "What did I do?" Assuming I did something wrong, per usual. "Oh, nothing, but it's about the whole girl X situation." "What did you do?" "Just be happy, I'll tell you more tomorrow." As I would come to learn, my friends had basically made this girl give her opinion on all of their friends. After she said she might be interested in me, my friends proceeded to tell her, "Well, OP might totally be interested in you, but you didn't hear it from us." So today I go to my campus leader training, which happens to have both of my friends, not the one who texted me but was still involved in the questioning, and Girl X at it. Girl X came over to talk to my friend about 3 to 4 times during the training, to which I thought nothing of, as they were friends. She also shot finger guns at my friend before leaving. Anyway, we finished the training and my friend says, "What is wrong with you?" "What did I do?" "Jesus, you're more oblivious than a blind man." "She obviously wasn't just coming to talk to me. We're not that close. She was coming to talk to you." Whoops. At this point, my two friends who were involved in all this pull me aside. "You're asking her out." "Sorry?" "You don't get a choice anymore. She's basically waiting, and we're not letting you make another one of your mistakes to lecture to others. Go practice what you preach." Okay. Insert whole conversation on asking, etc. because they were nosy. Fast forward further into last night, where I end up at the cafe/pub on campus that Girl X works at night serving milkshakes/frappes. So I do the obvious and order a frappe and then wait for it to come out. I also use this time to think about a clever way to ask her on a date. My frappe comes up, and I grab it after cleaning the drippings off the side. Then, in a stroke of what I thought was genius at the time, post-scriptum, I was purposefully trying to make this a bit of a bad pickup line. I came up with what I thought would be a great way to ask for her number without it being a serious or boring way to do so. Here's how it should have went. "Hey, I think you forgot something with my order." "Oh, what is it?" "Well, I got the shake, but I seem to be missing your phone number." Girl X gives her phone number here. Victory dance ensues once out of sight of Girl X, and I look suave as heck. Yeah, it's a corny line, but I'm known for corny and cheesy lines, so it wouldn't have been entirely out of character. Here's how it actually went. "Hey, I think you forgot something with my order." "Oh no, of course I forgot something. It definitely was my fault in forgetting it. Just let me know and I can definitely grab it." Continue fast-paced talking about forgetting something here. My feeling bad immediately kicked in. "Oh no, you didn't really miss something. I was trying to be smooth and get your number, but it didn't work out at all like that. Can I still have your number?" "Oh yeah, definitely." Girl X gives me her number here. "Awesome, I'll text you later." I proceed to awkwardly walk away to get my things. Girl walks away, red in the face, to the back room while I awkwardly try to sneak out without being noticed by anyone else. As I was walking back to my apartment, I go to use my card to swipe into the building. In order to do so, I bounce my frappe onto my grilled cheese in a box, which, in hindsight, was not the greatest of ideas. As I swiped, my left hand went back, spilling the frappe all over my shirt and pants. I then walked into my apartment, where my roommates who knew what I was doing recorded my entering. So now there's a video of me recounting the story to them while covered in chocolate frappe, and I hope my attempt to be suave was at least somewhat funny. So after she got off shift around midnight, I texted her about actually going on a date. I also proceeded to add, as if she wasn't able to tell, "This is OP, the bearded guy from C-Shop who failed at being smooth," which really wasn't needed. Luckily, she seemed to find something in me worth seeing, as we now have a date Wednesday. And I have no idea what I'm going to do. My freaking nerves are through the roof, and it's over 24 hours away. Okay, while I wouldn't consider this a total F-up, it still worked out in the end, but it's a cute little story. And I guarantee, if they end up, staying together for a while, she will love that video and find it so charming. She'll be like, "Oh my god, you're so cute, you spilled frappe all over yourself when you were telling about how you managed to get my number, ha ha ha, so cute." Anyways, good on you, man. It's no big deal that you spilled frappe on yourself, it happens to the best of us. Also the worst of us, which is, apparent given that it happened to you. Haha, it's a joke. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.